Welcome to another episode of Chronicles of a Farm Safe Startup here at the Hidden Spring Farm. It's Molly the sheepdog. In case you don't watch my channel, Molly's in all the videos pretty much. I love her to death. She's my right-hand companion. She goes wherever I go and does whatever I do, and you might see her throughout this video. Hey kid. Hey guys, Chad here at the Hidden Spring Farm. How are ya? Today we're going to talk all about blueberries. I got my blueberry shipment in. I don't want them to stay too long in the pots. They're just tiny little pots with tiny little bushes that are just starting to sprout. But I figured the sooner I get them in the ground, the better. So stay tuned and we're going to get into how to grow blueberries. Ooh, and don't forget to click that subscribe, pound that like if you like this video, guys. And we really appreciate it, okay? Enjoy the show. One of the first things you have to think about when it comes to blueberries, guys, is that they need full sun. So you can see the bed that I'm preparing over there. It's full sun. That's what you need. They don't do very well in the shade. They will grow, but they're not going to give you fruits, or they're not going to give you a lot of fruits, or they're going to be tiny little fruits. So full sun, guys. You got to prepare your beds really good, guys. So this bed, I'm preparing it just for blueberries. I've used my tractor, I've cleared out everything that I don't want, and I got my tiller out right here, you guys can see. Till it real good. These are my blueberries, guys. Check it out. This right here is a Chippewa blueberry, which is really good for growing in my zone and in my area, which is Ontario. I think I also have Northland, and I also have Patriot, which is really good for 5B cold climates. And they're all high bush varieties, which I like. When it comes to blueberries, there's low bush, high bush. I don't know if there's a mid bush, but I figure I wanted a high bush, not a low bush. So I don't want to be bending over. I don't want little critters to have access to the berries, although big critters might have access to the high bush too. Who knows? Anyways, this is all I could get my hands on this year, guys, because guess what? So many people are planting fruit trees, vegetables, shrubs, bushes. Oh man, very difficult to get it. But I got my hands on 20 of these plants. The thing about blueberries, guys, is if you want to get a lot of blueberries with a good yield, you need cross-pollination. For those of you who don't know, cross-pollination is, you know, the birds and the bees and the butterflies and I don't know what else. Whatever else pollinates flowers. This is a Chippewa, and then I have a Patriot. If you plant all Chippewa, you know, there's like inside the little flowers, there's like male and female stamens and all that. I don't know about the science about this stuff, but you definitely need more than one variety. So that's why I have 3 varieties. 1, 2, 3. Give it a best chance possible of getting the best, most yummiest yield of blueberries. So you just saw me preparing the area, and I was using my tiller. Some of you out there might already have a bed ready to go. Now, I didn't have a bed ready to go. I had to prepare mine from scratch. So I did that, you just saw. but some of you might already have it prepared. So after you prepare the soil, the next thing is you better get to know what the pH level of your soil is, guys, because these plants need it a little bit acidic. Blueberries definitely like in between 4 and 6. If you can get somewhere in between 4 and 6 pH, you're doing well, really well. The best ideal, I think, is in between 4.5 and 5.5. So I'm gonna get my soil test kit out and we'll see what the results are. This is the soil test kit that I'm gonna be using, guys. It's Hold All Decorative Plant Accessories. So basically what you do, you got this little tube, you got to fill it to the first line with soil, and because we're doing fruit shrubs, you want it at least 4 inches deep. Then you break this little green capsule, you break it apart so all the powder is going to fall into the soil. Then you use this little squeezer, right? You squeeze it and you suck up the water, and then you put the water level up to the 3rd line. Or is it the 4th line? I don't know, I'll read the instructions. The 3rd or the 4th line, and then you kind of give it a little shake. You let all the soil settle, and then the color of the water should give you an idea what your pH level is. Now, some people might say that these things are no good. Some people might say you should get it professionally sampled and tested, and I'm like, that's a little bit of an overkill. I'm just trying to get an idea of whether or not my soil is acidic or not. If it's not, I'm going to add some aluminum sulfate to it. That's going to be a gradual transition over to a little bit more acidic. If you notice, those of you who watch my videos, this area that I've prepared right here is nowhere near my orchard or my vegetable garden. Sorry for the wind, guys. Gosh, it's so windy. How am I supposed to talk to YouTube when it's so windy? Yeah, so you don't want to be changing the acidity and pH level of the soil close to where your veggies are or where your orchard is. It's not a good idea. All those kind of plants generally need neutral soil. Another thing about these soil test kits, you can see I got too much soil in there. Still too much. Still too much. Just a touch. Just a touch. There you go, right to that first line. Yeah! The other thing I was going to say was you don't want to be touching the soil with your fingers and then sticking it in here, okay? You got to scoop it up or use a small trowel, because don't forget, guys, our skin has coatings and secretions and dirt and grime and who knows what else. So you don't want to be getting the pH from this mixed up with your soil pH. I'm just breaking the green capsule, guys. See, guys? There's a little bit of that white powder in there. There's the soil, then there's a white powder. That's the medium that they use to test. Now I just gotta fill it up to this 4th line with water and then let it settle, and we'll see what we got. Oh man, I'm gonna need a lot. Now I want to shake this sucker up. Shake it real good until it looks like that. And then I'm just gonna let this sit, let all the soil settle, and it should be changing color for me. Green color, see that? According to the guide, we are slight acidic, which is approximately 6.5 pH. So this is slight acidic. I mean, it could be anywhere in between 6 and 6.5, I think, because it's almost getting a little bit yellowy greeny. It's probably difficult to see on camera. You'll have to trust me. So that's good. That's a good sign, guys, because our soil is already a little bit acidic. So I just need to add a little bit of aluminum sulfate over the course of the next 6 months or so, and it should change this slightly. I don't want to drastically change the pH, but I want to change it slightly. It's not quite acidic enough, but this is a good start, guys. Let's get into planting. All my blueberry plants laid out. I got them spaced out 4 feet apart. I left 5 feet in between so that I could walk down, make it easier to harvest. That's a good thing to think about, guys. You don't want to be, reaching your hands in between the bushes. You get your arms all scratched up. But if you do it like this, you can walk all the way down the center, pluck your blueberries, couple go in the basket, couple go in the mouth, couple go in the basket, couple go in the mouth. That's just the way it's got to be when you're doing blueberries. Obviously, guys, you want to plant so that the crown of the plant is level with the soil, eh? Sheepdogs are always good helpers, guys. You okay? Blueberries have pretty shallow root system, guys, so it's a good idea to mulch. I got a bunch of wood chips that I'm using as mulch that I make myself with my wood chipper on my John Deere tractor. But anyways, it's much better to put some mulch so it retains the moisture. Don't forget to water your newly planted blueberries, guys. They need water, at least for the first year or two while they're first starting. That's it for today, guys. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Hopefully you learned a little something about blueberries. I can't wait for a couple years from now when I post an update on these blueberries and see how big they are and see how much fruits I'm getting. It's gonna be so exciting. Now I just gotta put up some kind of a fence because you don't want to get your sheepdog puppies stepping all over your blueberry shrubs. You gotta protect them. And you might want to protect them from the birds too. It depends. If the birds are taking them, you gotta put some netting. But anyways, I appreciate you watching, guys. Don't forget to click that subscribe, pound that like. Look at this big galoot. Take care, guys.